Good day, traders. This is Rich with some price action on the markets currently for 11 p.m. October 13th, 2021, Wednesday hump day. Another grindy kind of day, another flat to up on the NASDAQ kind of day. I was able to get out green today, but it was a little rough. Anyway, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well, trading smart, pretty much hands in their pockets today. I traded the morning. I didn't take an afternoon trade. I actually didn't take a midday to afternoon. I tried taking one particular trade, and I'll go over that in a second. But it was FOMC meeting, and I know how that works. You can see it happen here on the SPY. Up, down, back up, down, stretch of a down, and then back up. I mean, just not worth it. Not worth it. There's a lot of news out there about shipping and supply chains, and I mean everyone's been seeing that since I don't know, COVID started. Really, everyone knew that everything was going to shut down. So if you shut things down, everything's hard to get. I think there's a deeper thing involved here. This is not to get all political and everything, but is bringing everything back to the United States, like it stop depending on outside sources. Yeah, we definitely need to import stuff. We definitely need to export stuff. It's part of the economy. But certain things we should be more dependent on in the United States, which I kind of agree on. The only problem with that is to make that transition, you're doing it at a time where everything's so inflated that cost is going to be established, and then it's going to be super expensive to manufacture in the United States. I don't know where that goes from here. Obviously, the supply chains can get back to normal, and then you decide to bring stuff into the U.S. slowly. That's the play, I believe. But we'll see what happens going forward. I don't know why I ranted on that today. But today, here's my day. Each of these trades I took a couple times maybe on AMD. Other than that, everything else was a one-time trade. And this GWH is the way I started my day. I wasn't even really watching this. And in one of my rooms I'm in, it's been a recent high flyer yesterday. I mean, it was cranking. I thought it could take out the high of day today and continue up. I jumped in a little early, and it flushed down so hard. I was in for 400 shares. I actually jumped out of 100 shares because I was like, I'm not really liking this. Actually, it was a 1 cent winner. I'm like, okay, I'll take the break even on that and let the 300 work. And then it completely just ramped down. This is a big moving stock. So, I mean, if it went up, I was looking at some pretty significant moves to the north side if it took out the highs yesterday or went up that direction, but no such luck. I started my day down 172. So I instantly saw AMD, a stock I like to trade in the morning because it does make moves. And I held on pretty well with 500 shares, but I didn't hold long enough because I was out by like 108 for the most part. And the thing went up to like 110, I think. 109.88. So I left a lot on the table on AMD and never looked back. Sort of like that UPST trade I had yesterday. If you watched my video about UPST, it kind of just went up, held its ground, and never looked back at my entry area. Not even close because I was at like 107 down here. So between those two, I'm break even, and then the rest of the stuff kind of just happened. Costs I talked about yesterday. I kind of screwed up on the news play yesterday. I thought I was going to take a breakout trade, and it did not continue, and I took a small loss on that. Pretty much the same amount I took yesterday. It was $41 yesterday. It was $41.50 today. Apple, I thought I was going to make a move. It did not. Bros, actually, I set up a couple times today. Bros did. One was in the morning. I was looking for the break of 50, and I got a piece on this move here. Got out. And fortunately, got my quick money because it did flush down eventually. But then another move was through 51 here, like a secondary move after the morning move. Did go up to 52, 52.10. Tough trader, though. Not an easy trader. But the daily looked really good. It was breaking out this high here. And then it wasn't looking back until, earlier in its IPO days. And it's just a tough trader. Smaller shares, 2.7, pretty thin. So if it does reverse, it reverses pretty hard on you. But I got a piece. I got 58. And news trade, yesterday, I believe one of my viewers mentioned about coin yesterday, and I did miss it by 5 minutes. I went to get something to eat. Pretty monster trade on that news trade, and I missed it. And that was probably one of the best trades we've had in months for news trading. Of course, today I'm in my office all flipping day because I have people working upstairs and whatnot. And I just was waiting for some kind of news event, but then I realized FOMC, all that chop. But Citrix came out. There was a talk of someone buying it out potentially. I just kind of jumped in. I forgot what time that was at. Honestly, I think my last trade was this Bros trade, and that was at 10:20. This is just kind of fooling around. These are not fills. These are just canceled orders. My last trade, here's the 51 to 51.29 on Bros. Citrix was kind of early. It was at 9:45, so it was actually early in the morning. I did get a move and it did flush down. So what I'm seeing a lot is the stocks are making moves. And so I want to talk about from the beginning of the video is news trades are definitely making moves up. They make another move up and potentially a third leg up. And Citrix did the third leg up and then pulled all the way back and then eventually climbed up pretty good. But it was Twitter today. And you can see I got canceled orders on Twitter on my other window. Sorry, I'm kind of looking below my microphone. And the news came out about, we've seen this news several times in the past about how they're going to make money on ads on Twitter. 3 different times I was trying to get in all the way up here for short entries, 62.65, 62.80. So 62.65 is here, right here. Got through there and got a high of 74. And, you know, there was a couple times where it went up, popped, dropped, and I missed my fill by 1 cent, and it worked. You know, news trades, again, are on a down day, right? Obviously, Twitter ended up today, but the overall market was kind of flat. So I wouldn't do this on like a really green day. But on a stock like Twitter, which was kind of just in its range, this was a great opportunity to take a short on Twitter to get back in the range. And look, it closed within its range for the day. It opened at 62 pretty much, gapped up, but it's held the range of its opening price, which was 61.96, closed at 62.20. Pretty much at the end of the day, I had that final candle. But that just shows you, like, it broke out of the range. There's multiple things working here. That's the only reason why I shorted it. Would have shorted it. I tried shorting it, I should say. And something I'm looking at, something I'm looking at on news plays. Obviously, like on UPST, if that came out with news yesterday, I was not trading that on the short side. But a stock that's kind of flat or dismal or not having a great day or just not above its range, it's really, or inside day especially too. So there's multiple things, like get the news out and short it. Not the first move. You can't take this first move. You got to let it kind of do an extension, put a bid, an offer up real high on a short side. And if it taps you, it taps you. If not, if it goes through, at least it's going to go through at a higher level. And then you have enough time to kind of, take a smaller loss or, maybe it'll reverse back down. You can get out, break even, or even gain. Anyway, just something I'm looking at. Not something I hope to continue doing, by the way. I really hope news comes back. But right now, when we're kind of in this chop market, this is the way I'm going to trade news, because the actual news trade itself we're hardly, 1 out of every 20 right now is really making some fluid moves. And I'd rather be on a, okay, real quick. EA news came out. This would have been a tough trade. I kind of got the news late, but did the opposite. It was bad news on EA about FIFA or something. And look what it did. I took a secondary move down, big spready, so you wouldn't go in too heavy. And then it popped back up and basically broke even on the day. So something I'm watching. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and comment to the video. I'll be back hopefully the rest of the week. We got Thursday and Friday, and hopefully the markets start to pick up. Anyway, have a good night.